Hello everyone, I am your news anchor Yali. And we provide a one-stop service for China-related news here every day. You won't find this anywhere else. If you have any views or thoughts on these topics, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. We will read and reply to your comments seriously. Firstly, we went to Canada, our beloved northern neighbor across the ocean. In Toronto and Vancouver, they held the June 4th commemorative activities, and at the same time, they were protesting against China's infiltration and intervention in Canada. Hey, Canadian friends, we really should find a time to sit down and talk about your feelings, don't just vent on the ice hockey rink. It seems that the prospects for high-level military dialogue between the United States and China are not very optimistic. Li Shangfu, China's Minister of Defense, will attend the Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of Defense Austin is expecting a meeting, but unfortunately, it seems unlikely to happen. In fact, the military dialogue between China and the United States has always been filled with tension and mistrust, and Li Shangfu, who purchased Russian military technology, has been sanctioned by the United States. It seems that this dialogue might be more difficult than we imagined. Well, we can say, no fight, no acquaintance, but the problem is, they don't seem willing to put down their weapons first. Beijing accuses Washington, saying that the U.S. should sincerely respect China's sovereignty and security interests, correct its wrong behavior immediately, and create necessary atmosphere and conditions for dialogue and communication. Now, the atmosphere of the dialogue is a bit awkward, like a farce, with each party performing on its own stage. During this sensitive period, the Coast Guards of the United States, the Philippines, and Japan will conduct maritime exercises near Huangyan Island, which is occupied by China, this week. These exercises are not only about the exchange of military technology, but also about building friendships and understanding, like a large marine gathering with sports activities, professional exchanges, and even special women's law enforcement activities. However, these exercises have not changed the tense situation in the region. Last month, a patrol boat of the Chinese Coast Guard almost collided with a patrol boat of the Philippine Coast Guard. It seems that on the stage of this sea, each actor is trying to show their power and influence. So the question is, will this exercise trigger new tensions? We can only wait and see. In business, China's pace of opening up does not seem to have slowed down because of these tensions. However, for those business people planning to go to China, things seem to have changed somewhat. According to the Wall Street Journal, security experts and business advisors are urging those planning to go to China for business to be cautious. They believe that business trips to China may face some new challenges. Well, it seems that doing business in China may not be as simple as it used to be. Regarding the economic aspect, we can see that China's influence is still increasing globally. The volume of shipping containers from Asia to the US decreased by 19% in April. The Italian Prime Minister indicated that Italy and China could maintain friendly relations even without renewing the Belt and Road Initiative. However, the Italian government is reviewing the shareholder updates of Chinese investors in Italian companies, showing that Italy is beginning to fear China's influence. The United States and 13 other Asia-Pacific countries have agreed to expand supply chain cooperation, which signifies an initial victory for the new US-led initiative in the context of increasingly tense relations with China. It seems the United States really doesn't want China to take the lead economically. Let's talk about the tense situation between Taiwan and China. Ma Ying-jeou, the former president of Taiwan, recently said that Taiwan needs to consider preparing for war, avoiding war, and seeking peace all at once. He hopes that the differences between the two sides of the strait can be resolved in a peaceful and democratic way, which reminds us of the saying, there is no problem that a good talk can't solve, if there is, then two. The Swedish fast fashion brand H&M will close its flagship store in Sanlitun Taikuli, Beijing next month, which is one of the brand's largest stores in China. Meanwhile, the total bilateral trade between Malaysia and China reached an astonishing $203.6 billion United States dollars last year, making China Malaysia's largest trading partner for 14 consecutive years. It seems that China's economic train is still moving forward and speeding up. Now to Hong Kong. It's full of legal and social issues, more exciting than a bowl of hot Hong Kong-style beef brisket noodles. Jimmy Lai's case will be heard in September, reminiscent of the 2019 anti-extradition protests. Now, another 13 people are on trial for storming the SAR legislature. It seems the courts in Hong Kong are busier than television dramas. Hong Kong's chief executive Carrie Lam has questioned the recent spike in organ donation cancellations, and after acts of vandalism, the Secretary for Security, Tang Ping-kyung, described it on May 29 as a soft confrontation endangering national security and confirmed that a criminal investigation had been launched. If evidence is found, arrests will be made. It seems that the Chinese government is becoming stricter in its control of Hong Kong. The Chinese rock band, Earslap, recently circulated a live performance video in which they satirized various Chinese social phenomena. One of their songs, The Red Child Wins 18, which includes topics from recent years such as the pandemic and hot current affairs, has sparked heated discussion on the internet. This red child is a metaphor for the Chinese Communist Party. These artists are indeed very creative. Guess who's visiting China this week? It's Elon Musk. It seems he's grown tired of shooting cars into space and is now meeting with officials in China. Can we smell the scent of a new Tesla factory? Let's see who else Musk met. China's foreign minister. I'm curious about what they discussed over tea. The Wuhan Municipal Finance Bureau has sent debt collection notices to 259 companies or units, causing concern. It seems that after the COVID-19 pandemic, debt issues have spread like a virus, putting pressure on everyone. At the same time, small investors seem to be beginning to lose hope in China's recovery. It seems that the Chinese stock market is causing them some heartache. Recent reports suggest that 446 million low-priced packages have entered the U.S. from China, posing a loophole in efforts to prevent the import of goods produced with forced labor from Xinjiang. Meanwhile, Chinese diplomat Li Wei urged European governments to consider China as an economic option outside of the U.S., and stated that they should take swift action to end the conflict before it spreads in Russia and Ukraine. It seems that China's economic strength is indeed growing stronger and stronger. China's Cyberspace Administration has been rectifying the chaotic state of self-media since March, permanently closing 67,000 accounts, dealing with 927,000 violation accounts, and clearing over 1.41 million pieces of violation information. Since 2021, China has been cleaning up the cyberspace with billions of social media accounts, making it easier for the authorities to control. It seems that the Chinese government is becoming stricter in its control of the internet. China has announced the launch window for the Shenzhou 16 manned spacecraft, which will launch at some point between June 1 and 3 Road. The 3 astronauts for the Shenzhou 16 manned space mission have been selected, and the lunar landing phase of China's manned moon exploration project has been initiated, with plans to land Chinese astronauts on the moon for the first time before 2030. In addition, the domestically produced C-919 passenger aircraft in China also conducted its long-awaited first commercial flight, presenting the first challenge to Boeing and Airbus in the Chinese market. It seems that China's developments in aerospace and technology are indeed very rapid. China's online community Tianya community temporarily suspended its operations in April. One of its co-founders and former chairman, Xing Ming, responded publicly for the first time, stating that the website was temporarily suspended due to funding issues and emphasized that he has not given up hope of restoring the website. China's Wolong National Nature Reserve in Sichuan Province released the first ever front-facing photo of the world's only white panda last Saturday, which is big news. Meanwhile, Shanghai, one of China's largest cities, recorded its highest temperature for May in a century last Monday. It seems that the effects of global warming are gradually becoming apparent. This is the news wrap-up for today. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Take care.